If you want a quick little racing plane that offers a different flying experience to what you've seen on Microsoft Flight Simulator before, then you want to watch this video. Today I'm taking a look at the GeeBee R3 Special, a payware aircraft that you can get off flightsim.to for a quite affordable price. Let's get into this review. Hello YouTube, I'm Pilot Stud and welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. Today we're taking a look at this brand new payware aircraft that you can pick up off Sim Market for just under 14 UK pounds, which is around 18 US dollars or 16 euros. And while it might not appeal to everyone, it's certainly an interesting aircraft that offers a unique experience. It's an aircraft with plenty of high quality touches, and although I'll point out where it does need improvement, on the whole it's a very nice aircraft. You'll notice the cockpit is at the back, and you'll be thinking to yourself, what kind of aircraft is this? Well, it doesn't actually exist in real life. It's based off a model as far as I know. And while you may have heard of GeeBee aircraft before, especially in the racing aircraft industry, they do exist. I'm not too sure if this is affiliated in any way, shape or form. From the outside you can see the aircraft does look very good. You do get a large collection of liveries. The only thing I would say is that I'd like a bit more texturing on the wing, but then I looked up pictures of similar aircraft in real life and noticed that it's kind of standard for them to have very smooth wings. I thought about it and I thought, well, that makes complete sense. They basically don't want much parasite drag, which is when you've got things sticking out of the aircraft, so they want the wings to be as smooth as possible to get the most speed and to make the aircraft the most agile. So it makes complete sense and is realistic. You can see we've got quite a bit of texturing on there. I did expect a bit more, but it's realistic to have a very smooth surface on the wing. The detailing on the engine is very good. You can see it's all 3D, we've got no 2D textures, which is always very nice. Of course this has got custom sounds, which is another tick, it's another green tick. It's always very nice to see them. And really it should be standard with all Microsoft Flight Simulator payware aircraft, but sadly it's not. I've flown this aircraft around a couple of times now doing some aerobatics, seeing how quick I can get into it. But now I'm going to hop into the cockpit, seeing as we've taken a good look at the outside. The gear assembly does look very good, all the lights are in the correct place, or where they should roughly be. Let's go take a look inside the cockpit. While we're in the cockpit, I'll just give you a bit more background of this aircraft. It's based off a model aircraft. It hasn't been built into a full-scale aircraft yet, as I said at the start. And there's also a VR ready version, which you have to select. It doesn't use the same version. I'm not too sure what the difference is, purely because I don't have a VR headset anymore. But it's always nice that they're thinking about something like that. Here we are in the cockpit and you can see it looks very nice. Parts of it have clearly been custom made. It's not all straight from the default files of Microsoft Flight Simulator, with the exception of the Garmin, of course. I'm pretty sure, and don't hold me to it, that a few of these instruments are custom made, or at least a variant of some of the ones we've got already. Looking down at the flight column, you can see we've got very nice movement here, and we've got sound, which is always very nice. I'm not too sure what you call the bit at the bottom there, but that animation is really well done, I'm not going to lie. Here we've got most of our switches, and something that stands out to me, watch the keys when we move the magneto switch and starter. I think that's really impressive. Only thing I would say is that we are clearly missing out some labels up the top there. I have just cut the engine off doing that, so let's get it started up. There we go. We are missing labels at the top of it to tell us right, left, both and start, but as this aircraft doesn't exist in real life, they probably just haven't thought about that just yet, and of course this is a new release, so we might get stuff added. One thing that stuck out to me was when you're sitting in the main cockpit, you can't actually see any rudder pedals, and I thought they missed them out, but then you have to basically look really carefully, and you can see they are in the back there. But because of my drone camera you can't see them moving, but they haven't forgot about them, so don't worry about that. I was annoyed with that fuel pump sound there, so I just turned it off because our engine just started up. But it's a really easy aircraft to start up. As you can see, there's a few buttons. There's also an option to get the Garmin GTN 750 mod, which is a free download for Microsoft Flight Simulator. But you must download the GTN 750. I haven't tried it out myself. It does look very good. I'll put a photo of it on the screen now. And there's an option to swap over to that if you want to. And it does look remarkable. Now there is a very special feature of this aircraft, and I'm going to show you it here. You may notice in the bottom left here, we've got what seems to be an NOS indicator. You may be wondering what that is. It stands for Nitrous Oxide System, which is a nitrous oxide fuel injection system, commonly known as nitros, which is installed in this aircraft. Should give you a 5-minute time of 25% engine boost. I'll take you up in a minute and show you. I've already flown without it, and then I realised how to do it after going through the manual, and it is really fun. It's operated by flipping the switch under this guard. As you can see there, we can click it and it says NOS, and you can see we get a bit of a rumble with the engine. Let's get up in the air now, guys. Yeah, that's basically the cockpit, a short tour. We've also got a fire extinguisher behind us, as you can see there. It's a really well made cockpit, but without further ado, let's get up into the air. So parking brake can come off. We'll make sure that's get off. Of course, we are a tail dragger, so it's a completely interesting flying experience, and it's up very quickly. This is a racing aircraft. Look at that, we're up already. Of course, I probably pulled up a bit too early there, but goodness me, this is fast. It really is a blast. You can see we've got the wings to the front of us, which is quite common with racing aircraft, but not to this degree. This is quite extremely done, I've got to be honest. It's certainly a unique aircraft. I'm now going to try something very cool. As you can see, all our instruments are working as they should be. Let's turn this on. I've never tried it. I've never tried it like this anyway, right after takeoff. I've tried it mid-air. Look at that. Look, RPMs go up, everything goes up. That is a blast. This aircraft with special features like that, wow, it makes my day. Look at this. It is so quick. Probably should have done a bit of a loop that low, but we did anyway because we're a racing aircraft and we can do it. I mean, just look at that. That's splendid. Truly splendid. Yeah, World Update 6 in all its glory over there. Two interesting stacks. It's a bit of a broken update, I've got to be honest. As we're flying along, I want to hear your impressions in the comments. For 13 UK pounds or 14 UK pounds, I do think it's certainly got a very good market that it can cut into, and I think some people will really love it, especially with the Renault Air Race pack coming soon. It's a really good racing aircraft, and I imagine it's a blast on multiplayer. We're going to use these two little chimneys, I imagine what they are, to fly through. I see it as a goalpost, see it as a big racing course. Let's go through them now. We're going to put our nitros on for this. Oh no, they are towers by the looks of it, just interesting types. Let's fly in between them.
Kilo Alpha Lima, did you hear my last transmission?
Yeah, look at that. Awesome. Sorry about ignoring ATC there. It's a really fun aircraft to fly. It's incredibly difficult to land, and I haven't managed to successfully land it properly yet. I'm not very good at it, I've got to be honest. It's because it's a tail dragger, and I struggle with them. But just look at it. It's beautiful. Of course, it's not for everyone, and I'm not saying this is the best aircraft out there, but it's certainly unique. It's certainly got the people out there that want it, and I'll have some out there who absolutely hate it just because of the type of aircraft it is. Because, let's be honest, it's not the most beautiful. But, you know, I think it's got a place to sit in the Microsoft Flight Simulator market. If you haven't tried out a racing aircraft yet, or even the 152 Aerobat, which isn't necessarily used for racing, but aerobatics, then this could be a very good choice. It's available on the flightsim.to website. It does have smoke, which you can see highlighted on this video. That includes red, white, orange, blue and green smoke, which I think is the most smoke we've got for any aircraft so far. So it's got plenty of features like that, good reflections throughout the cockpit as well. As you can see, it's a very difficult aircraft to land. This is my second landing in it, but I do really like this aircraft. I'm going to give it a rating, I think 7.5 out of 10. It doesn't necessarily appeal to me, But for the price, for all the exclusive features you're getting, I think it's well worth it. I've never seen anything like it, I've got to be honest, and of course the fact the aircraft doesn't exist in real life, well, it shows how hard the developers have worked on it. All of the developers on this project have a track record with awesome Microsoft Flight Simulator projects, most notably the Got Gravel team. Let's come in for a landing now. I understand we are a bit fast. There we go. We got there we go. Flaps. There's our smoke. And there's the speed brake that I just pulled out. Oh, that was a horrible landing. But I was landing in external view. We'll go and try that on. But I don't know if you noticed there, but that speed brake right at the front there, I've assigned that to my normal speed brake, what I normally do. And that just brings the aircraft to such a quick stop. Another awesome feature. Let's go take it for another landing because that was pathetic. So here we are in the cockpit coming to land. We are quite quick, so let's make sure we're getting everything on. There we go, parking brakes off. Sadly I've assigned it doubly, so that's not very helpful. Here we go, coming in now. Coming in. That's not how you land an aircraft. Third time lucky we hit the tail wheel there. Here we go, feeling a bit more confident on this one. It was a nice setup. I just went round for a circuit just to get myself ready. I've got to remember that this is a tail dragger, which is why it makes itself so difficult for me. But at least you guys get a bit of a hands-on review with it. Here we go. The bad thing is I can't see the runway centre line. That's what I hate about tail draggers, but it is what it is. Still not very good. Oh, you know what? I'll take it. I think it's probably as best as I'm going to be able to do for now. I'm going to have plenty of hours practice with this aircraft, especially on multiplayer, and it is a really fun aircraft to fly. I've had such a blast filming this video. It's got its bad points, as I've already said, but it's a really agile racing aircraft and overall overwhelmingly fantastic, I've got to be honest. We've still got our smoke going just for fun. But I'm going to wrap this video up here, guys. If you have enjoyed, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Let's get that speed brake away now. It's a really interesting aircraft. I do highly recommend it. 7.5 out of 10. Not necessarily because it's bad, which is why it's also 2.5%, but it's just because it's not really my type of aircraft. And I do think it's quite an ugly plane in general, so that's why it's not a 10 out of 10. But yeah, this is what it is. It's completely my opinion. I'm sure many of you will like it. It comes in at an install size of 1.14 gigabytes, so it's certainly very easy to get in. It's been out since the 31st of August with a new version, which is this version coming soon, although I'm not too sure what the difference is because the developer hasn't told me. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you to my first class channel members. Thank you to Captain Matt Russell, Jesse Wiseman, Ethan Bubeck, Simon Schmidt and Owen K. You guys really helped me out. Anyway, from me today, that is all. See you soon. Bye bye.